that into context, because when you do the weather every day, it's not just about the numbers. I mean, this stuff affects people. It affects every aspect of our lives, which many of you told us about this summer.
Maria Perez's last energy bill, she says, was $200 for using her only window unit.
It's the start of football season in Livonia, and these coaches and players are doing anything to beat the heat, including practicing before the sun comes up.
We know this brutal heat is proving to not only be difficult for us, but also for our crops as well.
We were seeing the signs of heat stress and fruit loss, and plants are just generally suffering. They're wilting by the afternoon.
Have you checked your AC unit? A local service company says during the summer of 2023, they had double the number of customers calling for help.
Owner Angela Cordoba is having trouble freezing her product in triple-digit temperatures.
All this part here, like getting melt.
We know it gets hot here. Yep. It's San Antonio. This is nothing new, but what made this summer different?
Yep. So I think that that's a great question to kind of start off with, because that's exactly right what you just said. We know that it gets hot every summer just from where we are geographically located on Earth. But what made this summer so different is the fact that we broke so many records. What we were talking about a little bit earlier, it's just this unprecedented heat. We don't normally break those amounts of records in a given year. That's why they're called records and they're not called averages, right? We were so much above the average. So it has to do with the frequency, it has to do with the intensity, and of course the duration of these heat waves that we saw specifically this year and this summer that made it so different compared to years past.
Is this the new normal? Because the answer to that question affects everything as we move forward preparing.
It does. It affects our infrastructure. It affects our day-to-day life, especially when we get into those summer months. So in terms of a general warming trend, yes, that is going to be our new normal, but we're not at the point to where we're going to see as intense of the heat that we saw this summer every single summer just yet. It's just on average, our summers are going to start to warm. And I did ask Dr. NG about that as well. And this is what he had to say. He said, quote, summer temperatures across the state are going up about 0.6 of a degree per decade. But from what we've seen, we know that can be accelerated by climate change.
From everything that you just said, what I gathered is that we have to get ready.
We do.
We have to get ready. We have to prepare. One of the biggest things that we can do is to make sure that we're healthy and that our institutions and that our programs here in the city are able to help us out in the case that we do get in trouble. And that's exactly why we went to the San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, which we call Metro Health. They're already looking ahead to make sure that San Antonians are prepared no matter how high or how low the temperatures get. Take a look.
In 2021, we had 310 calls to EMS for heat-related stress. Jumped to last year, 2022, that number jumped up to 498 calls. In 2023, that skyrocketed number went to 781 calls to EMS. So there was a significant number of calls coming in for heat-related stress. Right now, we're currently working to then prepare for a possible, winter storm, and making sure that our families will have information about what they need to have ready. And that includes having an emergency contact list ready, making sure that they're having, again, a kit at home that has batteries, a battery-operated radio, flashlight, water, non-perishable foods, and then also medications, not just for a few days, but longer than that. And making sure that they have that available, but also making sure that they're also protecting their home. So making sure that they're filling gaps in windows and doors at this time, making sure that they're getting ready to cover their pipes, protect their pets and also their plants.
People, pets, plants, and pipes. So let's stick with the people theme a little while longer. So Mario Martinez mentioned senior citizens and how vulnerable that they can be during times of extreme temperatures. And if you know someone who needs help, make sure that they know all about the community centers in our area. And Steph, you visited one.
That's right, the Normoil Community Center, a really, really nice place. I was impressed. I mean, they have a gym, a cafeteria, computers, all of these things where people, really it's a community community resource where people can just go during most of the day and stay entertained, but also stay safe. Most importantly, these community centers are really, they're like a refuge for the community, especially seniors here in the Bexar County area who need company and also a safe place to get away from the heat or the cold.
How many seniors do you have here that are active members?
At an average day, we have about 115 people coming through our doors daily. Yes.
That's a good amount of people that you have here, depending on your services. Now I want you to go back. Winter, the freeze,
the freeze.
That must have been awful.
The freeze was horrible. So this particular neighborhood is an older neighborhood, and so they weren't very much equipped with, their pipes. Many of them lost, water in their homes because they had a lot of pipes bursting.
We had busted pipes in the showers. We had busted pipes in the washer. We had a busted pipe under the house. Yes, it's a nightmare.
I can't believe it's going to be almost 3 years, but.
Yeah, because I lost power from the first day. I had no power at my house.
We do have some programs that come in and talk about what to do in case of an emergency, how to prepare in case there is an emergency. In the summer, we do have Project Cool, and so any of our members who need a fan, we are able to provide them a fan free of charge. And then during the winter, we usually have where we can connect them to resources where they can get small heaters for their homes in case they do need that.
We know that the grid is ultimately one of the bigger issues here, but what can we do proactively on an individual household level to prepare our homes, prepare ourselves for both the heat in the summer or sometimes maybe some extreme cold in the winter, should we run into these situations again? Well, I spoke to an expert at Consumer Reports to find out.
When the power goes out, especially in the extreme heat or the extreme cold, many dangers can soon follow. Paul Hope, Senior Home and Garden Editor for Consumer Reports, says that the first option would be to have alternative ways to get some source of power back into your home.
The generator is a gold standard in terms of having a source of backup power during periods of extreme heat. It is more or less the only way you can get power for all those essential things in your home if the power goes out from the utility company.
If you're wanting to buy a new generator to have as that backup option, Hope says there are two basic types: a whole home generator that is permanently installed in the more expensive option, or a portable generator that is typically less expensive but requires a bit more effort to get up and running when the power goes out.
For most people, the right fit is probably going to be a portable generator. So when the power goes out, you can fill the generator with gas, fire it up, and either hook it up to a transfer switch connected to your house or plug items into the generator directly using outdoor rated extension cords.
During periods of extreme heat, there are a few other tangible items that you can buy after the generator kicks on to help, including fans and window air conditioners. But for many families, it may not be feasible to drop everything and buy these items, especially brand new. Hope says there are a few low-cost options that are worth considering to help as much as possible, especially when it comes to keeping food and other necessities cold.
Coolers are another option that a lot of people don't consider. During periods of high energy usage, when the grid goes down, everything from, your fridge and freezer to deep freezers and mini fridges will also go out. So coolers are a great way, especially when coupled with ice, to save, any of that food from going bad for at least a few days.
Generators also see a lot of use during periods of extreme cold. In fact, Hope says that cold weather events typically cause more power outage events when looking at the entire country. And as we all know, Texas is no stranger to power outages when the weather takes a turn in the winter. So after picking which option is the most practical for your household, if you're looking to snag a generator, the best prices are typically found in the spring.
Generator sales remain pretty strong through the summer, fall, and winter. So it's really after that winter season when you can expect to maybe get a slightly better deal.
Generator safety is incredibly important in these scenarios. Here are a few things to keep in mind. Never use generators indoors or in the doorway of an enclosed space. Keep the generator at least 20 feet from your house. Have all-weather, outdoor rated extension cords, and always direct exhaust away from any occupied space.
People who can't afford, who don't have thousands of dollars to go out there and buy a generator or other supplies. We know that CPS Energy has something called the Casa Verde weatherization program.
Yeah, and essentially what this program does, it provides both homeowners and renters at a certain income level with, quote, quote, energy efficiency improvement. So the program pays for things like free energy efficiency upgrades, attic insulation, wall insulation, air sealing measures, replacement of incandescent light bulbs with LEDs, and duct ceilings. Now, in order to apply for this program, you have to meet the income qualifications for homeowners and renters, and the home itself also needs to meet some certain qualifications. And this is all, of course, listed on their website. So their website also states that a customer representative 18 years of age or older has to be on the premises at all times if that application is approved. Contractors and our CPS staff are out there working and helping with some of those improvements as well. So if you're interested in this, you're thinking, oh yes, I think that I do meet the qualifications and I could really use some good energy efficient improvements done to my home. This is kind of the application process. And again, you can find all of this up on their website as well.
A lot of you, I ran into a lot of you who told me that you're already doing that. Actually, we went to the Edgewood ISD Police Department where officers and the chief there go above and beyond to make sure that their community is safe no matter whatever the weather may be.
This right here, because we did have an extremely hot summer, this is what we were giving out to our community.
How many air conditioners do you think you gave out?
We gave out a lot.
How many police officers do you have here?
We have a total of about 22 police officers. That includes myself. Every day, we're trying to figure out a way to get more or to get what we need or store up in anticipation of some sort of crisis, in anticipation of some sort of bad weather. Our job is to bring peace to this community.
That police department sees itself not just as a police department, but more as a community organization. And its goal is to protect the 10,000 kids in the Edgewood ISD and also everyone else within that community. So it was just good for us to spotlight them because they're doing a great job. We would be remiss if, when we are talking about this, to not bring in or mention the most vulnerable people among us, people who are always impacted, whether it's hot or cold. I mean, many of us have if we're going to work, we know that there are ACs at work, there are ACs in our cars, or there's heat in our cars. That doesn't happen if you're homeless.
Exactly. So if you see someone who is unhoused and who needs help in San Antonio, especially during times of inclement or extreme weather, call this number. So it's the Homeless Connections Hotline, 210-207-1799. It is essentially a one-stop shop where you can access a bunch of services specifically for the homeless population.
This company, we hope that today's special got you thinking about what you can do to prepare no matter whatever the weather may be. We mentioned homeless services, the Casa Verde program, community centers, a lot of stuff to remember, but don't worry because we have links with information to all of those services on our website. All you got to do is look for this special.
Yep, and remember, KSAT, we're here for you. And there's one thing you can do now to make sure that you're in the know, especially when severe weather happens, and that's to download our KSAT Weather Authority app. We work so hard to update this app multiple times a day, especially when there is inclement weather on the way, keeping you informed and updated. Severe weather, extreme weather, if the power was to go out, the amazing thing about having that is that we can still get to you on your phone.
Yes.
If it's charged, and you can watch all of our live coverage, weather coverage, whatever it may be, right there on the app.
All right. Thank you.
Of course.
And thank you, and please stay safe.